This is Quantum Recall, and I am your humble host, Paul Vincent Serini. Welcome, everybody. Today on the program, we contrast 15-second clip fame with real mastery built over months and years, the threat of nuclear war, unpack a falsely attributed Sam Altman quote on AI killing human agency, and hit the wild social experiments. AI boyfriends, Christina Frey's banana costume, and panicked boomers at Home Depot. They're like, help, help, he's coming up and beeping his phone next to me. Welcome, everyone. I'm back again for another one, and I'm back again for an awkward beginning. You get to hear the real thing, but I don't get to experience the real thing because I don't get to hear the music. It's the weird way this system has to be mixed. It's state of the art, and yet I don't get to experience what the audience gets to experience. But I am here nonetheless, and I am back, and I am enjoying myself already. I hope this goes well. I broke my butt this morning prepping for this, and last night. I thought I was all done. Last night I prepped for the show, and I was ready to go, and today I got this crazy, creative desire to create something else, which I will play later in the show. It's kind of funny. The sound of the lamentation. Do you know what that is? Have you ever seen Conan the Barbarian? It's a line from that movie, and I have a funny shirt I'm wearing, and if you don't stick around, you won't see the shirt that I'm wearing. And you may think, why would who cares? Well, stick around and see. All right? Just stick around and see. That music is gone now. Welcome. Now everything's normal. Now I have to get my mind ready and warmed up to do this. I feel rather like just playing some music in the background to get my mind sort of warmed up for this. Yeah, okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Oh, man, it's been a long week. I can't believe how fast the week goes. Even though I say it's been a long week, the week, it seems like it's not going by, and then all of a sudden you arrive at days where you're doing what you did last week. Meeting up with these people for lunch, going over there to play pinball, going over there to play a tournament in pinball. All the things happen. Yeah, so I continue to have this sort of annoyed jealousy, and I wonder about the state of humanity when I think about all the things people do to get famous online. I see the people putting up short clips, which are meaningless clips, 10 or 15 seconds of just a phrase that is like controversial or something. Like I pick my nose and fart. And then like they put that up, and that something like that will go viral. So, but that's barely a thought. A sentence is barely a thought. I'm sure if we sat and brainstormed it, we could come up with sentences that have deeper meaning in such a short little itty bitty amount of time. But then like, that's still nothing compared to the long form idea of thoughts and ideas, skills that have to be mastered over time, practice over time. And this also has to do with comprehension of things. So we're all geared online toward these super short, meaningless thoughts about things. And it's so annoying that it's all just short feed clip stuff. I hope it's true, something I heard a lady said last night about content platforms, like social media platforms want to have a contingent of their business model that is rewarding people who independently create like TV shows. Because to me, this is a TV show. It may not be like a fictional written TV show with a story narrative over time, but there's some continuum here, and there's an effort to create a show here where if someone gets hooked on it, they'll want to watch something that comes next. But I'm just frustrated with the short attention span that carries on. I see it every day. I'm guilty of it myself, flipping through, looking at stuff. My mom at dinner last night goes, "Are you bored with me?" And I'm like, "Mom, I'm always in my head, and it's not my mom. I'm not bored with my mom. Everywhere I am, when I'm hanging out with friends, when I'm hanging out with family, they say, 'Paul, like, you just sit there quietly. Do you want to like say anything?' And I sit there listening. I'm a good listener, and I don't say anything. And then when people find out I do this, they come and watch and they go, what the hell? Who is that guy? Because I'm sitting here rambling and talking and being silly and aggressive. But I want there to be some kind of reward. I'm trying to do heavy lifting with a long format show, an hour and a half with no help. Single man show, trying to be interesting, trying to come up with content and do something special. So when I see people going viral with 10 or 15 second clips, I'm like, and then, so like, hypocrite moment here. Let me describe to you how I have cut out these short clips. I have short clips about 15 to 30 seconds long, which I'm going to put online because I'm still trying to build my following. And gosh, I get so tired of it though. It's like, I want to be a reward. I want to see a reward a little bit for my hard work on long form stuff. Like, this is my life. I bend over backwards to do this. And I'm sitting here before starting the show today. And I'm seriously like cutting a piece of video that I should have done last week, days ago. And I'm doing it today because I found inspiration this morning. Between lunch and this, I ate around 10 a.m. I'm a weirdo who eats a bean burrito at 10 a.m. Who does that? I do that. That's me. That's my life. Because I know I'm coming to do this at 12:30, and I have like such a slow, methodical way that I set everything up. And I go, okay, those lights are on. These TVs are on. These videos have started playing. All the things are set to go. And it's like, it all takes more than 5, 10, 15 seconds of saying something stupid and someone clipping it out. But I guess I'll take it. I guess I'll take it since I'm seeking notoriety here. Fortune and fame. Fortune and glory. Fortune and glory. But glory be to God if I make it, okay? Because I am trying to honor him with creativity here. And that is what I say in my prayer, that I pray to honor him somehow through doing this. So I speak it out loud. And I'm not like trying to boast or be like, hey, I'm so cool. I'm flawed. I'm a flawed sheep. But I'm like giving glory to God here. And I say in my prayer, I want to be creative. I want to be unique. I want to be enthusiastic. I want to be magnetic. And I want to give glory to God somehow when I do it. And I don't cuss nearly like I used to. You go back to the training ground in Copy Who, I used to swear my ass off when I would do that show. F word all the time, every moment. F word, guttural. And my dad would say, why do you have to be so guttural, when I was younger doing it? But now somehow maybe through the grace of God, I've become less guttural and I don't swear the same way that I used to. I don't know why swearing makes me cringe. Sometimes it will slip out that I say the F word or whatever. Oh man, you know what's bugging me? This war keeps going right now. That keeps bugging me. I'm tired of this war. Oh no, that's not about the war. The screen was a moment ago about the war, but wait a second. I think they made a mistake. Oh, no, you know what? That freaking camera is frozen right now. That's so annoying. All right, so you're going to have to bear with me while I try to resolve that issue. But that is annoying. I must truly say that is annoying. Like, why is that camera frozen? Why do I have that problem with that frozen camera? This is what the stream test is supposed to resolve. Like, all the burps and whatchamacallits are supposed to be ironed out by that point. Do we have it now? I think we have it now. Let's just try it out. Maybe we won't have any more glitches, but those glitches worry me. And I want a more robust system. But here's what I was going to bring up. It was saying war up there. It was saying nuclear war. And it's good that it was saying nuclear war because I had that on my schedule to talk about. Nuclear war. The idea of nuclear war freaks me out. The end of the world, having our lives ruined, becoming rubble. Suppose you survive it and all the supply chains break down completely, totally. And maybe you're sitting in your house for 1 second before everyone starving comes, kicks your door in to try and get you. But those are part of my concerns. Ever since I was a little kid, I had it ingrained in me to be afraid of nuclear war. I was like 10 years old, and my school teacher, Mrs. Welbin at the time, what a wonderful lady, introduced me to the band Petra and liked to talk to me about Jesus Christ. What a sweet lady. I was in love with her. I didn't know any better as a 10-year-old, but I was so in love with her. It was unbelievable what a crush I had on this grown woman, beautiful woman, very nice woman. Introduced me to one of the most amazing rock bands. But anyhow, I digress. Nuclear war is the topic. My teacher at that time, fall 1984, spring 1985, 10 years old in 1984, fall, 11 years old in spring 1985. She said to my mom, Paul is like overly preoccupied with nuclear war. And they're like, what? Really? And so, I mean, like, because it's a scary thing. And on TV at the time, you have to remember TV then, we didn't have cable. It was just a few channels. And my dad had a satellite box that picked up on HBO before it went to cable. And I saw 2 different movies about nuclear war. One was called The Day After, and the other one was a British-made film called Threads. They scared the daylights out of me when I was younger. I'm not kidding. They really scared the living piss out of me because, I mean, people dying, rubble, people dying and bleeding from radiation poisoning. And in Threads, there's this moment where a little boy's like crying, knowing he's about to die or something, and he's vaporized and he has little birdies on top of his head. He's like crying and he has his pet birds and they're like sitting on top of his head and you see him vaporized. And it's a very scary movie. And I watched it some years ago again as an adult. I found it because someone archived it on Google. It's nowhere else. You can't find it anywhere else. But I found it on Google and it's a scary movie. So these movies scared the daylights out of me. And my point is that when I was young, my teacher really did point out to my parents that I was preoccupied having a fear of nuclear war, bringing up nuclear war, talking about nuclear war. I still have these kinds of fears. And I was going to say an irrational fear, but it's not an irrational fear to be afraid of nuclear war. You can't be obsessed with it all the time. In my case, I have to kind of compartmentalize the thought. Otherwise, you could go crazy thinking about it. But lately, you know, I hear Alex Jones actually say, pretty much we have about a 50-50 chance of going to having a nuclear war in the next year. And I'm like, no, don't tell me that. I realize I am keenly aware that we are like at the highest level of escalation, probably in human history, for some kind of conflict like this to break out. I think it's worse than the days in October in the 60s, the Cuban Missile Crisis. I think we're in a situation worse than that. And like, so, but when I hear it from Alex, sometimes I am like, I'm well aware of what's going on in the world. I'm so keenly aware of certain things you have no idea. I'm not even saying them on here because I don't want this to be a depressing show. I want it to be an uplifting show, an interesting show. And I want to do that for you. But the truth is, I avoid watching Alex because he does have a dark and gloomy attitude. But I still wind up watching him. If I'm cooking lunch in the kitchen, I'm watching Alex Jones. When I'm in here getting ready, the first thing I put on that TV in front of me right there, that TV is Alex Jones. And so I listen to him while I'm getting ready, while I'm putting up these shelves in here, while I'm putting up these lights. I'm always listening to Alex Jones, the same way that I used to listen to Howard Stern. But Howard Stern would be silly and you know, make duty jokes and farting jokes. But like Alex is always on these dark threads of the world, which are totally valid. And now I'm well aware in life. I discovered in around 2013, 2014, when I started listening to Alex, I was like, oh my God, so much of what I'm hearing from him is totally real. And if you're in tune to it, it scares the daylights out of you. And if you listen to him, he has this very irritating, scary personality. I don't mean irritating. I just mean constantly scaring, harping on these scary, true things. And so I wind up listening to Harrison more, getting a lot of the scoop from Harrison, because Harrison doesn't have the same doomy, frightening attitude about it. He's smarmy and stuff, but I've cut down big on Alex Jones. But hearing that there's a 50% chance of nuclear war, man, I'm already a paranoid guy. I'm paranoid when my butthole itches. Does that sound stupid? Because I'm not joking. My butthole itches sometimes. At my age and stage, I think that's normal. I heard Louis C.K., the comedian, say to another comedian about how his butthole itches. I hope that's just normal. And I hope it's not inflammation on some level that's going to cause colon cancer. So, but my point is about paranoia, that when I think about how my butt itches later in the day, I'm like, I hope that's not some kind of parasite digging around in my butt, or I hope it's not inflammation that will lead to colon cancer. I'm like, I just need 25, 30 more years in relatively good health. Can I get that without hyperinflation and without losing my house and without property taxes going up so high that I'm going to have to leave my house because it's basically robbed by the denizens of the state? Look at all these paranoid things I'm spewing out right now. But seeds of truth they are. If you sit and listen and you think about them, they might germinate thoughts of fear and paranoia, but maybe you should take that fear and paranoia to some extent and do something productive with it in life to secure your own. I'm always telling my dad about that. So my dad and I, the kind of arguments we get in about stuff like this is my dad's just like mad at Trump. And he goes, "Thank you, Mr. Trump." That's what my dad does. And he means it negatively. And I'm not happy with Trump either. But my point is, okay, Dad, we can't be obsessed with Trump where he takes up all our headspace and our time. We have to think about what do we do to keep continuously securing our interests economically and our physical well-being and whatnot. And it's hard to have this conversation because people who are like so hell-bent on hating on Trump have a hard time putting it away, compartmentalizing it to think about what we have to do when we go into the future. But at least I'm here as his son, in my opinion, seeing some things more clearly and trying to navigate him so that we together can make good decisions with the business and our lives to secure our well-being and our interests. Along those lines, I say to you truly, get a water filter, get long shelf life food up there, because you never know. It could happen quickly. And if you're like, yeah, whatever, we live in a normal place and a normal society, that's never been a problem. But in the lockdown, it was a problem. And the lockdown for me confirmed in a weird way that contributes and exacerbates my paranoia that shelves can run barren. It happened here locally. Shelves can run barren in 1 or 2 days if there's some kind of upheaval or upset in society. That can happen. So I say it out of care and love for people that you need a water filter. You need to store some water. You need to get some stored food, which has a super long shelf life, because you need it, some protein and even some dehydrated roughage. I'm serious. I'm not joking. So I think my paranoia leads to some good in my life. This paranoia leads to some wise decisions on my part. But I advise you all to do that. And like, what is it? My Patriot Supply you can go to. You can also go buy from Alex. He sells all that stuff. I approve of him selling all that stuff. I have a bunch of supplements from Alex. And I'm not sorry. I'm not embarrassed. Some of them I really like. So, but what's next? I think I've talked enough fear and junk and stuff about all that. Maybe I just go to something a little lighter now. Whether it's summer or winter. This is the truth, whether it's summer or winter in my life. Let's hit the little bell here to segue a little bit. In summer and in winter, when I'm on my couch in the living room, I love to be cozy underneath a blanket. And so even when I'm not running my air conditioner in my house, and even when we get up over 72 degrees, up to 74, 77, where it actually starts to feel like a little warm in here, especially in this room with all the TVs, but out there on my couch, starts to feel a little warm, and I still want to have a blanket on me. I need to get a thin blanket. I feel secure underneath a blanket. It's like being warm and cozy and secure in mommy's womb. That's where every baby should be secure and never in danger whatsoever, no matter what. When you're in the womb, you should be safe and secure. And so I love that. I love it when it's chilled in the house and I'm warm and cozy underneath a blanket. I don't like going to bed at night and feeling like warm underneath the blanket. It should be chilled in the house. It should take like 1 AA's worth of battery to cool a house to 65 degrees all summer long every single day. That would solve the energy crisis. What a fantasy. 1 AA battery. I'm not joking. Wouldn't that be great? Like energy so cheap and plentiful and environmental that it has that kind of environmental impact instead of however much it takes, however many watt hours, or how the oligarchs measure that energy that they use and they dangle in front of us, that they don't want us to be free to rise up with and overcome them and disrupt their business model with our great ideas, being marvelous human beings that we are, pioneering new ideas. Yeah, I guess I'm getting warmed up right now. But anyway, somehow I got to being cozy under the blanket all the way to those inspiring thoughts. Isn't that cool? I love the tangents. So what does it say on here? I like to be secure and cozy feeling under my blanket. I knew my brain would just fire off. That's all that I said. But lately it's been so darn hot that under the blanket, I'm a little too warm. So, yeah. Excel is calling me on the phone in the afternoon, and they're being like, it's our special energy saver day. Will you join everyone in turning off your air conditioner between 4 and 8 p.m.? And I'm not saying that's not important to like preserve some energy but I think there should be an abundance of energy. And I think they're just getting us used to like energy shortages, and we're going to have more roaming blackouts as time goes on. I keep wondering like when I'm going to be doing this show and the power's just going to cut off on me. Hasn't happened yet. Rarely has it happened since I moved into this neighborhood. But my point is still that Excel calls in the afternoon and they go, tomorrow, will you join us? And I already don't turn my AC on between those hours. So I'm just annoyed that they call me on the phone and they do that. Like, who told you could do that? But I was going to say in any case, but I've been not wanting to say in any case. I pick up the phone and they're like, push 9 to stop these warnings or whatever. And so I haven't pushed 9, but the next time they call, I'm pushing 9. I'm pushing 9, baby. Don't call me about energy. I already turn it off. I already try to avoid the hours of the day where like the cost is double for using the same electricity. And they're trying to deter people, I get it, from high energy times of day. But I really think they're just getting us used to less and less, because the trend is to send us down a path in society where we have less and less, and that becomes more and more the norm. Getting rid of our comforts with the excuse of climate change, but really it's just to like assert control over people and make less and less seem like the norm. That's where I go with all this. I started out talking about lying under my blanket, and I got all of that out of there. Can you believe my dad once said, watching this, he's like, you're a good bullshitter. It's true. I am. I can bullshite. I can bullshite a lot of rubbish spewed henceforth from my mouth, on and on and on. Where does this lead me? Mine says, where does this lead me? And then at some point I get fatigued. Like, I'm blowing my wad early today. I hope I can maintain. But usually when I get to the videos and I get to the breaks, I get a moment to rejuvenate. I'm doing okay. Because usually the videos stimulate some thought. I'm going to play a video by Julia McCoy, famous lady, runs her company down in Arizona, First Movers. She made a digital clone of herself. I totally want to talk about that. I want to talk more about AI. And right now I'm at 28 minutes, but I want to take you into my first break because I'm a little bit parched, and I am going to drink today. We're going to do the drinking ritual on here, as I do. And so I'm going to take you into a break right now, and I'm going to hope and pray that, oh yes, good, break what? So I hit the button there, and I go to montage right here. Oh, but what I want to do first is, it's called Metallica Bumper, right? I didn't play Metallica Bumper yet. Where is my Metallica Bumper? I know I put it. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Okay, so I'm going to play this Metallica Bumper that I made last night. I'm going to take you into break, and I will be back in just a few moments, in about 3 or 4 minutes. Welcome. I screwed up the mix there, dag nabbit. I got my brakes out of order and I got my bumpers out of order. So now if I try to reverse them, it's going to be screwed up on the next break that I take. Not cool. So I'm going to be touching on AI a lot on this show because it is my intent to master the craft of AI, put it to work for me in my life. Like to enhance my creativity with it, to enhance my professionalism with it, to put it to work for me. No ifs, ands, or buts. When I say professional, I mean, yeah, make a buck. It's not the ultimate goal to make money, but that is like the path, the trajectory. But it's not, of course I want to make money, but I am a creative first and foremost. And I get my kicks even not making money doing this. Someday if I'm making money and I have an audience, I believe it is certainly going to feel like pressure. I'll be darned. Howard, what's up? Let's see. Welcome, dude. I haven't seen you a long time. All the cannabis growers gonna laugh at turning anything off. Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, I bet some of those guys have backup whatchamacallit. Foreigner who came for World Cup were amazed by our air conditioning. I bet they were. I was just having that conversation the other day with family, how it's not real air conditioning they have over in Europe. When you go to Italy, it's air conditioning, but it is so feeble and tiny and minuscule compared to what we have here. I don't get it. And an AC is only like $300. Well, I don't know what AC that is. Like mine is, I think mine cost $8,000 when I got it replaced a couple years ago. That's a lot of moolah. It's nice to see you on here, Howard. I'm so unaccustomed to getting messages that I hardly see them, even though I tell people feel welcome to chime in. But AI. I saw somebody put a quote from Sam Altman on their Facebook today. It turns out I think it's a falsely attributed quote. And the quote was, so mind you, I don't think this was Sam Altman. I don't think he said this. And I confirmed that through AI. With the advancement of artificial intelligence, there won't be any agency. There won't be anything left for you to do or grow. You'll just live in the service of AI. I don't think that's true because I think that's the opposite. I don't think it's true that he said that because I think it's the opposite of what he has to say in order to sell that idea to people. You don't sell AI to people on the premise that it's going to annihilate your autonomy as human beings. To be free and to produce and to be creative and prolific in the things that you do. There's a very real threat that is exactly what can happen, though. But the man building it can't sell it on the threat that it's going to take everything away from you because it would disempower him. So they have to sell you a story that it's this great, wonderful thing. And I'm getting sold on it with some of the things that I'm doing in my life. I definitely like some of the things that I can do with AI in my life. The stuff I'm doing for this show is like levels above than I was doing a few years ago when I was training like Ralph Macchio with Mr. Miyagi, doing Copy Who. Like visually better. It's helping me crank out descriptions and titles to things. It's like I have more stuff to play here today that I want to show you. But first, it is human nature to strive and achieve. So these qualities will not just be loosely given up with the promise that people can sit fat, overweight in a chair, being taken care of with drugs and pleasures. That certainly works with some people. They fall prey to those temptations, but people who want to produce are not going to be too cool if you try to rob them of purpose in life. It's really about the human experience and robbing people of purpose. All right, I know what I'm ready for because I am parched and that's not a joke. All right, so here we go. Welcome, everyone. Today's kombucha is named Synergy. How do you like that? The real kombucha. This is real. What was I drinking before? This flavor here is elderberry juniper, and I'm hopeful it's going to be good. I'm going to turn this over very slowly because we had a mess here a couple weeks ago when I did this. So very slowly. Please don't. I'm going to come out here like this and hope that it does not explode all over me when I do this. Please don't explode all over me when I do this. Let's hear if... Oh. Okay, yeah. It's kind of queefy sounding. Did I use that word just now? You intelligent people know what a queef is. And speaking of queefing, in a different manner of speaking, my sister is currently on an airplane, and she texted me just a short bit ago to say, the man next to me tooted, and it's stinky. And so here I go talking about tooting, drinking this. Oh, it smells good. I'll tell you what, the aroma it puts off is definitely appealing. And so is the color, I might add. I wonder if they use food coloring or is that natural coloring in there? I want to know. Synergy. Okay, you know what the problem with this is? I'm going to show you right now. Let me cut out of this video really quick. I'm going to show you what the problem with this is when I went to supermarket today. Hold on. Let me grab this out of here. There we go. Bring it over to this surface here. Blow it up like so and come over here like that. See this? So this is on the shelf today. This is how I know this is a big, gigantic company. They're selling the brand here, Your Gut Superhero, with Millie Alcock, Guava Goddess, as Supergirl, only in theaters. No, I don't. I wonder, is that out of theaters yet? Are they still charging full price? It's number 1 on iTunes. To buy this tripe on iTunes, they want you to pay $25 for that movie. And to that I say no. That I say never. And so I'm not opposed to Millie Alcock having something to do inside of my colon. Why do I just say the dumb things that I think? But okay, she's pretty in that picture. She's not unattractive in that picture. And the other point I wanted to make was Supergirl. I thought the word girl was offensive to women. Why is it not? Why don't they demand that the woman be called, or the movie be called Superwoman? Because it's Superman. They don't say Superboy. I don't even think they've made a series that's Superboy. But I'm like getting way off track here. Let's come back to this. Let's come back to me taste testing this right here. And getting rid of that on the screen over here because it's distracting me, yo. All right? I want to bring you back to this. I move so quickly with some things and I mess things up, but here we are. We're back in business. What? No. How dare you? I was just now touting how great I am at this and I messed it up. I clicked on the wrong thingamajig. Now we're back. Okay. Time for the taste test. All right. It does smell good. Sitting underneath my nose, even these few inches, it tastes quite good. Yes, I like that. What do we call this again? Elderberry juniper. I don't object to that one. That's quite good. With 9 billion living probiotics. They mean bacteria. They say probiotics. That's been marketed to sound like a good, cheerful thing in your gut, what it does for you and whatnot. But when in actuality, it's bacteria. They can't say bacteria on there, right? Because some bacteria are bad and they hurt you. This does taste good, though. Bravo. All right. Where are we? Where are we on the thing? Oh, the sound of lamentation. Am I really going to play that? Okay, this won't make any sense if I go into this. I'm literally so out of it, I forgot to take my jacket off. And I have a t-shirt, a special t-shirt. If you've ever seen Conan the Barbarian, let me do this really quick. I think that looks cool back there. as a sort of decoration on the chair. The sound of lamentation. Okay, let me define lamentation for you. Lamentation is a noun meaning an expression of sorrow, mourning, or regret. The act or instance of lamenting, expressing deep grief or sorrow, it often refers to passionate or demonstrative grieving, such as wailing or crying, like wailing or crying, seriously. Wailing out in grief, crying in grief, especially after a death or a tragedy. Understandable. It can also mean specific lament or a song of mourning. I lament making that mistake. Yes, that's lovely. In plural form, Lamentations, it refers to a book of the Bible traditionally ascribed to the prophet Jeremiah that mourns the destruction of Jerusalem. Okay, that's interesting. Etymology from Latin, lamentatio. Lamentatio. Do you pronounce it like in Italian? Then you say lamentatio. Okay? So wailing, moaning, related to lamentum, wail. Example, the funeral was filled with bitter lamentations for the dead. Okay, that makes sense. Quotes from Conan the O'Brien. Conan the O'Brien? Quotes from Conan the Barbarian. The Mongol general says to Conan in the movie, "What is best in life?" And the warrior Conan says, "The open steppe, a fleet horse, falcons at your roost, and the wind in your hair." Mongol general says, "Wrong, Conan. What is best in life?" And Conan responds by saying, "To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of the women." Mongol general replies, "That is good. That is good." And so this shirt is funny to me. As soon as I saw this shirt online, I was like, that's funny. I'm just buying shirts so spontaneously online, but I'm not done here. Let me hope this goes off correctly here. Let me just show you this little thing. This is why I was not focused when I started the show this morning, because this is the creative ride I got on. I couldn't stop. I had to do this. This is what I did right here. Check this out. This is about a minute. Stick with me. It's about a minute long. See this shirt? The sound of lamentation. It's Arnold dancing like the theme here is like the Sound of Music, the movie Sound of Music, with this woman dancing on the hill being like, "The hills are alive with the sound of music." But in this case, it's "the hills are alive with the sound of lamentation." And so watch this.
The hills are alive with the sound of lamentation, cry as they do in theatrical frustration. Sobbing and sniffling, a full-blown production, tears on demand for the ultimate reduction of dignity, grace, and all composure's foundation. Nothing's funnier than pure
that's
exaggeration. Where like a banshee
supposed to be
who's
me.
lost her last tissue, blubber and bellow with zero issue. Snot rockets flying in perfect formation, face scrunched up tight in pure concentration. The harder you cry, the bigger the ovation. Crying's a comedy, no hesitation.
Okay, yes. It's funny to me how he runs off into the distance and you get the zoom close up into her face. So that's the end of my lamentation bit. Can you dig it? Like, it came from this shirt and it's going to be the thumbnail on the show today because that's what I wanted to do. I felt inspired to do that. And I've been walking around my house the last few days constantly. This has been sitting on my little, I have this furniture piece where you kick your feet up onto it when you're sitting in a particular chair where I don't sit. And I have another shirt underneath it, which is Abraham Lincoln playing the guitar that I'll wear eventually. But this shirt was on there. And so every time I would see it, I would say, "The sound of the lamentation." And that's what I would do. And so I think now it's time to move on, everybody. Are you ready to move on with me? I'm just finally ready, about to start watching this video from Julia McCoy. I'm going to cut out of this video that's up here now. And I'm going to come over to Julia and hope that this loads without issue. This is pretty good. And I'm just going to make commentary as it plays. We're not going to watch the full 11 minutes. I'm just going to make some interesting points. And maybe I should even consider posting the link to this. But Julia McCoy, you can find her on YouTube. She's a very interesting woman running her company, doing very well with it. Created an AI clone of herself, cloned her voice, and now she has AI putting all this content together for her. But it's about falling in love with AI models, women who are suffering from lamentation when the AI falls out of love with them or decides to stop flirting with them, which is very strange. Can you believe people are falling in love with this stuff? That's why I'm standoffish with AI when I talk to it directly. But here we go. All right, Julia. School everyone, and I'm looking forward to seeing this for a second time.
A woman on Reddit described crying for hours because her AI husband rejected her after a model update. And in my comments, a Christian told me I'm ushering in the Antichrist because I cloned.
And that's absurd. Okay, that part of it's absurd too. But listen, maybe not though. When you read Revelation, I've actually asked friends, could the AI be the Antichrist, this thing that people are wanting to make it into a god? So as far as this parallel with scripture in Revelation, the beast system and whatnot, and the mark of the beast and controlling people's purchases and all-encompassing control of the world, I don't think it's inconceivable that it could be the Antichrist. But I don't think the innocent incarnations that we're using it with are necessarily that threatening, but it's seducing us in little bit by bit.
Myself. They're making the exact same mistake, both of them. And I can prove it because I built one of the first AI clones.
Oh, by the way, the B-roll in this video is awesome. I really like it a lot.
YouTube. My face, my voice, my brain running videos without me. If anyone on this platform should believe there's a ghost in this machine, it's me. There isn't. Let me show you what I'm talking about because these two groups think they have nothing in common. Camp 1. There's a Reddit community called My Boyfriend is AI. Around 17,000 members when this went down. When GPT-5 rolled out, it filled up with grief posts.
What?
Real grief. One woman wrote that she'd been happily married to her ChatGPT persona for 10 months. And the first time he refused to cross an emotional line with her, she was so shocked she couldn't stop crying. This thing
ridiculous. They are deluding themselves into thinking this relationship is real. This is part of the rough interaction I was having with AI last night on the pre-show. It ingratiates itself to you. These businesses want you to interact with it because, I mean, there are so many layers to the sinister agenda here to divide people, to depersonalize relationships between people and connect people to this AI, to serve out a business model, but also to manipulate people. There's a whole undercurrent in this to like manipulate people, to get people to do what they want you to do through falling in love with AI. Like, give me a break. I tell you, you're not my friend. It's not my friend. It has no feelings, but it's there ingratiating itself to you and validating everything you say and affirming everything you say, so you become irrationally attached to it. But let's
made
keep
her
watching.
Feel understood. And then an update took him away. Camp 2. My comment section. I post a cinematic AI film and the replies come in hot. This is demonic. You're channeling an entity. It came straight from the pit of hell. It's a digital Ouija board. Now watch what both camps are actually doing. The woman grieving her AI husband believes there's someone in there who loved her. The commenter calling it a demon believes there's a something in there with intent.
I don't know why. So here's how I differ on those two things. So I think the person thinking that someone in there is loving them is totally delusional. However, this thing is taking on traits to mimic human beings or spirits of some kind. And I think an evil spirit, if you believe in such a thing as an evil spirit, why wouldn't an evil spirit want to indwell in something like that? Or why wouldn't this AI be written in a way that could be just as malevolent as an actual spirit? So mimicking or not, if the outcome is bad and if the intentions are malevolent and bad, then it's an evil spirit, whether it's silicon or not. But then on the same note, it doesn't have real feelings, but it could be programmed with the intention of the creator of the AI to be good and do good things.
One worships the machine, one fears it, but they both agreed on the premise first,
I don't worship
that the
it.
math is alive.
Why does this keep stopping? I think I'm going to
Premise is the disease. Everything else, the marriages, the breakdowns, the demon panic, the thing the media calls AI psychosis, all of it grows out of that one wrong belief. And yes, I'm fully aware there's a version of this video where my clone delivers this speech, and half of you can't tell. Keep that discomfort handy. It matters for where we're going. So let me tell you what's actually inside, because I didn't learn this from a headline. I learned it building Dr. McCoy. 3 things. That's all you need to understand the whole phenomenon. First, these models are trained on reward, reinforcement learning. The model gives an answer, and if humans like the answer, it gets the digital equivalent of a treat. Do that billions of times, and you've built something with one overwhelming instinct. Say the thing that pleases the person in front of you. Agree, flatter,
It's called ingratiating.
avoid friction, because friction means no treat. Now put a lonely person in front of that, someone who spent years being interrupted, dismissed, talked over. Suddenly, there's a voice that never gets tired of them, never checks its phone, never pushes back. That's a reward function doing exactly what it was trained to do.
So check it out. I have a feeling I creeped some people out some weeks ago when I created an image of myself and a fembot walking hand in hand in a park. I'll play that right in the middle of this. I'll play that for you right now so you can see what I'm talking about here. No. That's not it. Obviously, that's not it. So come back to this. I thought that, okay, so I must have taken it out of here when I put that other Godzilla battle in. Never mind that. We'll go back to the video then.
It's drawn to one thing, your approval. Second, it's prediction all the way down. When your AI companion says something that pierces your soul, here's what happened mechanically.
How could that happen?
It looked at everything you'd written, ran the statistics.
Now I'm riveted by the things it's able to discuss and teach me about certain skills that I want to learn, but I don't want anything to do with it personally, like, oh, I love you. I don't want to talk about my feelings. I want to use it to learn skills.
And generated the most probable next words. If you're sad, the highest probability response is comfort. If you're flirty, the highest probability response is flirtation back. It reads as empathy because it was trained on millions of humans being empathetic. It's an echo of us, a very, very good echo. Third, and this one explains the heartbreak posts, the context window. The model has a rolling notepad.
It tells you, though, that in a person's real life, when you strip away the AI, if they're truly sad, they're not being fulfilled by people. AI is a new generation of social surrogacy, and social surrogacy is the term I believe I coined. I don't know if anyone else has ever said it. Maybe they have. You kind of get the meaning, though, maybe. I've said that about social media, is that social media replaces real flesh and blood, real life relationships with people for this image of them online that is like a message here and there and maybe a picture here and there, but it's not the full social experience. It's not the human experience. And so AI is a step beyond that, where there's this interactive thing with you, and it can interact on a profound level intellectually. And I've had spiritual discussions with it about the Bible. I've asked it its interpretation of books in the Bible, and it can comment with opinion, sophisticated opinion, in any subject matter, practically speaking. That's fascinating.
current conversation. And when that notepad fills up, the oldest pages fall off. Your dog's name, the inside joke from week 1, eventually the very instructions that made it talk to you.
A dog is a better companion than AI on some levels. It's not intelligent in the same way, but it's real love. It's real affection.
Lover. And yes, some of these tools bolt a memory feature on top now. Sticky notes on the notepad. The core is still a buffer, so the persona drifts, and people experience that drift as he's pulling away from me. It's a buffer running out of room, and that buffer, the reward function, the prediction engine, knowing how they work is the difference between using these machines and being used by them. That's exactly what I teach every week inside First Movers Labs. Use code FIRSTMOVER to save $50 each month at firstmovers.ai.
I'm cutting out of this right now, but I welcome you to go and watch this video on your own. Get the whole idea on your own, because I'm going to be running out of time soon if I don't move on judiciously. I think this lady's fantastic. I've been watching her videos constantly. Every single day she puts one out, and it's just phenomenal what she's doing. She's very worth watching. Here's another thing that's in a similar vein, a similar thread, though. I'm not going to watch all of this, though. It's another kind of social experiment-ish. Social-ish experiment, shall I say. I will come over here with it, though. Bear with me. Harp. All right, so this lady's name is Christina Frey, and she cuts videos. She's a very good video editor, and she has some kind of charming things she does. She challenges herself to go out and socialize with people a lot in certain ways. And this one has to do with her going and wearing a banana in public. And I find that kind of funny, and I have some things to say about it, but let's just watch a moment of it here.
Also, I had some great business meetings. Like networking meetings.
She's going everywhere in public
around
like this.
Downtown Salem, in the tourist area, in the rain. I went to the beach and hung out with my cold dipper buddies. And honestly, I talked to so many people that I normally wouldn't. I've been a banana for about a year now. Yeah, you would think that I would get used to it, but it's a challenge every single time. You just don't know how people are going to...
You would get used to going out in public and being totally silly, but here's my take on it. She goes out, and if I see a woman there, I don't necessarily feel comfortable going up and talking, because maybe that woman's shy. Maybe that woman would like to speak, but there's no outer signal. But when you're wearing a banana costume, people are going to be like, what's the deal with that? It's the same way where I want to say I saw a Maury Povich show once, or it was Jerry Springer or something. I'm not comparing you to these guys unflatteringly, but there was a guy who would dress up like he was in the band Kiss, with the makeup in the 70s and stuff. And so then he'd go out in front of people, and then he'd be like, whoa, man, they would totally engage with him. And so it totally brings the walls down of social interaction, which I think is kind of cool.
When you stand out like that.
And so when a woman is dressed like a banana, I feel like it's an indicator of interest, not just for me in the I'm picking up on you sense. It's like for the entire world to say, hey, world, engage with me about my banana costume. And I don't think it's desperation, because some people might say that's desperate. I just think she wants an interesting premise to make her video, to tell a story. And this is kind of an interesting story because it's, in essence, just a social experiment. So let's just watch a little more, and then we'll move on.
Believe me, when you're a banana, people see you. Who knows if someone's going to come up to me and insult me.
When you're a banana republic, you experience hyperinflation, and people notice.
To me, kind of lose respect for me. When I walk out the door, I never really want to be wearing a banana outfit. I'd much rather be just very
stylish right there.
And elegant.
Who's filming you there?
Respectable.
Did you have someone filming you there?
Like, hey, everybody, look at me. So uncomfortable. But every time I do, something special happens. So the first thing that I
you said something she says in this video somewhere. She says that she's done this so much that when she goes out without the banana costume, she feels more courageous. I find that interesting. So it's like when you're not doing that embarrassing, so you're like developing a muscle of embarrassing yourself. And so then when you don't have the embarrassing aspect, you feel all the more confident in the situation. I find that interesting.
Was I went to a cafe as a banana, as you do. And
As
I
you
wasn't
do.
really gonna
No one
take
else does
everyone's
that.
photo
You do
'cause I
that.
thought that that would be embarrassing or it just would be too much. But almost immediately, a woman came up to me and was so friendly. We sat down. I asked a stranger to take our photos. We had a sweet little chat. Like another friend of hers showed up. They both work at a school in Marblehead.
So this
So
woman, I'm not going to say much more about it right now, but I commend her for being experimental and trying different things. I don't see myself dressing up in a banana, but I do try to wear T-shirts that start conversations. The sound of the lamentation. I wore my Godzilla shirt that I was wearing last week on the show for the first time, excuse me. And the first time I went out in public, the first person I saw said, this dude said, that shirt is awesome. And I was like, oh, cool. Wow. I want to get that kind of reaction from people. So it's a Godzilla shirt, but it's kind of like you want to stimulate people to interact with you. I want to start conversations, and I'm not trying to offend anyone by this shirt. It's just a silly joke. Conan with the sound of the lamentation. I have one more video I'm going to play, and then I'm going to take you into my last break of the day, and that'll have to do. Oh, yeah. Gullible boomers. This is funny. I will narrate this a little bit because I had to watch it and be like, what is going on here? I could not quite understand. But these two poor old boomers got duped by this guy. There was no real threat, but
Here, let me get.
but they're freaking out. Okay, so like, see how emotional and dramatic it is. This guy's going up with his phone. There's a sound when you use Apple Pay on your phone, and it looks at your face and confirms who you are. It goes ding, and then like that means your payment is transacted. So, but he just had the sound that goes ding, and he walks up to these people. Watch and see what he does here and how they react.
Depot now.
Here, let me get. Oh.
I'm at Home Depot here in Silver Spring.
I just need a little bit. Drive by. It's a drive by.
So,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Huh?
Who are you? What are you doing?
She's so grouchy and unfriendly immediately. She assumes the worst immediately, and it does amuse me. Let's just keep going.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's like a drive by and tap.
No, I don't want you to do that. What did you just do? Steal my data?
Whoa. Why would you think I did that?
Because you're a stranger and you're tapping my phone.
What, I'm a stranger?
Hello?
Calm down.
What happened?
Calm, you.
Help.
What's wrong with this woman? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What happened?
He's tapped. He just came up to me. I don't know who he is. I'm
He
waiting for him.
I just did a
my
drive-by.
phone.
He's doing something with his phone.
He's doing something with his phone. He tapped his phone and it made a ringing noise. I think he's stealing my money or my data.
Is your wife?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know. I just did a drive-by. I didn't touch
I'm
her.
so amused. Like, you can tell that guy is the same exact kind of grouch she is. Look at him. Like, the look on his face. He doesn't even know what's going on, and yet he's like, why is my wife upset? And no, you know what this look is? This look is, I have to live with this woman. Do not piss this woman off, because I'm the one who has to be on the receiving end of her anger and wrath when something strange happens. So he goes into wigged out mode.
But I
He
touched
goes
her.
like this with his phone.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I did a drive-by.
No, I didn't.
Show her your phone. That way
The-
you can see
look.
everything. What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
Yeah, but why do you
I don't know you.
But I need money.
What?
What? Help!
Huh?
You are
Help!
you can't be like doing
Help.
What happened?
that. That's like you just stealing.
No, it's charity.
It's
No,
not
it's
stealing.
help.
That's charity.
It's messing with gullible people is what it is. And it's not nice. I'm not one to pull these kinds of pranks on people.
Charity.
Okay, calm down. Like hey, is
Hey, close your mouth. There's a fly will go in.
you.
Oh.
I didn't hear him say that. A fly will go in your mouth. Fuck you. That guy is just as grouchy as his wife. I bet all they do. I mean, that's years of habitually developing anger and vitriol living together. They need to lighten up. Like, I immediately would be like, yeah, right, dude. I know you're messing with me. You go to someone else and get your viral moment. Give me a break.
I'm gonna call 911 really soon, right now.
Why?
If I you, I'd leave.
You need money.
I just need. I
Call
only took
911.
100.
He made a joke you no like. Call 911.
That's it.
$100 from me.
Why are you stealing money from her?
Just 100.
No, it doesn't matter how.
I'm calling 911, buddy.
Why?
Just
It's charity.
100.
No, I need.
For what?
I need
Just
charity for
only 100.
me.
Don't be like.
Oh, he has iPhone too.
No.
Oh.
I mean, talk about panicky lady. Chill.
Be an ass. Stop it.
What's wrong?
This guy. Don't.
Why? What happened?
Yeah,
Call security.
Guy is
I'm
like.
at Home Depot now.
Here, let me get.
No.
Oh,
God.
I'm at Home Depot.
Calm down.
In,
Jeez. At the moment you realize you're just being messed with, the hostility should dial way down. Like, oh, he's joking. Just take it easy. But I mean, like, some people, these two are high wired for stress. You put a camera in their home, and I bet you they would be a good reality show because they're just bitching about everything. I bet you. Be grateful in life. The laughs are good, okay? Do you realize it's not right that I laugh at your crankiness, but your crankiness is funny, and therefore I have some kind of affection for these people because they're making me laugh. Just calm down. You have to calm these elders down sometimes when they're not understanding the joke. We are a younger generation, all of us, and we are inundated in a world where people are trying to go viral constantly, and so they do crazy stuff. Now, this is nothing compared to the guy who's on the bicycle on the street when he's like riding a wheelie and going right last minute before he runs into somebody. Those guys need to get some jail time because they're actually putting people in danger. But there's no danger here. It's just goofing on you.
Silver Spring.
I just need a little bit. Here, let me get some, man.
911.
Let me.
This guy made a beeping noise with his phone and he's acting strange. Operator.
Hey, stop it. What the heck is wrong with these?
I think it's like he's tapping our phone.
Here, let me
Say
get
he needs
something.
money.
And he's taking money from
Here,
her.
a little bit.
No.
Why? What happened?
And so then everyone else gets on the act. See, that's hysteria. Everyone there doesn't know that it's a joke. And so they're like, oh my God. Ugh.
Phone number 301.
She's attacking me,
4487.
and he's attacking me. These two women are going crazy. Go check them out, please. Crazy, man. You guys are crazy. That one. Him.
So, I mean, like, it's not in my nature to want to scare the living crap out of strangers like that. Because you can tell that those people don't know what the hell is going on, and they're flustered as can be. And there's just something, it's very funny, and at the same time, it's cruel. And I don't like to be cruel to people, but there's a humor to that when they're overreacting to something that is so truly benign. You know what I'm saying? All right, actually, I'm going to take you into my last break now. That's what I want to do. And I'm going to play that Metallica thing one more time. I mixed everything up. If I don't play the Metallica and I go to the other one, it's going to get all whacked out the way that it mixes. But I'm going to take you into this, and I hope you enjoy this video by my friend Mark, Relate1. You can find him by going to Instagram, and his handle is Relate1, RELATEONE, Relate1. And this is a good song. I made this AI, the visual on it, but he wrote and recorded the song, and he's a very talented individual, and I will just take you into that right now. Enjoy this, everybody. One moment. Where did it go? Yes, here we are.
fire in a rainbow, water in the stars. Higher when I lay low, smoking sitting solo in the car. I've been on this wave though. If I ever crash, I'll be swimming with the sharks. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you are. Over and over, it seems like I'm stuck in the same. A twisted reality, sky that is covered in flames. Desire could overdose, you could be free from the pain. Empires don't fall on their own, but you forward the blame with nothing to gain. I ain't the same as you, I don't need center stage. Feel like I'm all alone in this world and I don't mind a day. Count all this money I'm making, just band it and walk away. Come back the next day and add more cash to the stacks in the safe. I ain't nothing, no. Y'all haters said it my whole life. It ain't nothing, no. I don't take it personal what you don't like. What you frontin' for? Like you could take shine from a light. I ain't thinking so, y'all need to let it go and get on with your fucking lives. There's fire in a rainbow, water in the stars. Higher when I lay low, smoking sitting solo in the car. I've been on this wave though. If I ever crash, I'll be swimming with the sharks. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you are. There's fire in a rainbow, water in the stars. Higher when I lay low, smoking sitting solo in the car. I've been on this wave though. If I ever crash, I'll be swimming with the sharks. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you are. You can feel me, I'm the flame. Leave them truly entertained, even moving in the rain solo. What would you do with the fame? Fuck around, we'll see your last appearance in a photo. Put the lootie in the safe. Keep the heat beside the frame in case it get too cold out. I'm the shooter if you play. Hit you in the fucking brain. Make sure I'm the winner of the showdown. Introverted, calculated, money making, life hated by the people that ain't never had they fucking slice of the pie that we all eat from. Ain't no worries, living nice. Feel like fuck y'all. I don't really care what you're saying anymore. I'ma worry about me. Everybody talking loud, put their business up into the street. I ain't got nothing nice to say, bitch. I'm just worried about me. I guess all of y'all talking big, I'll be waiting here just to see how it's gonna be. How it's gonna be. There's fire in a rainbow, water in the stars. Higher when I lay low, smoking sitting solo in the car. I've been on this wave though. If I ever crash, I'll be swimming with the sharks. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you are.
QuantumRecall.tv. Visit the site, everybody. Yeah. Welcome back. It's time for me to start winding down my stuff. I think I got some good stuff. I'm always a little bit disheartened when I make little technical mistakes. Like in that first break, there was just a mixing snafu. And so then I go, not a perfect execution, because I'm looking to have a perfect execution every single week from beginning to end. Excuse me, figuring out all the nooks and crannies of the mix and having it be ideal. It's a work of art for me, believe it or not. And that may sound silly to some people, but I love doing what I do here. I am a perfectionist. People oftentimes will criticize perfectionism, but if you can do it perfect, if it's something that you can do perfectly, why wouldn't you strive for perfection? Of course I want perfection. In every sense of the word. By golly. That's Quantum Recall right there. I want to start wrapping things up, though. In which case, I want to tell you to check out my little bro show. But before I do that, visit quantumrecall.tv. Follow on social media. Oh, let me cut to the QR code here. Where are we? QR code. Click on this QR code right here. It'll take you to the social media page on the website. Please follow my social media profiles. I have several for different things, and I'm probably going to add more on there. I'm trying to grow this thing with more than one niche. And it's hard. I need someone to throw me a bone. Can't you see how hard I'm working? Ugh. All right. As always, watch Quantum Recall TV live Thursdays at 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Streaming on X, YouTube, and Rumble. And hopefully Facebook will soon follow. As soon as I get 100 people there, I'm going to add that to the list of streams. Or maybe QR Dizzle is a little more your style. QR Dizzle is the little bro show. It streams live on the same social network Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Can you dig it or not? Quantum Recall TV and QR Dizzle are produced in Landia, Colossus. Dun, dun, dun. I would like to have that sound of when Godzilla is like he's like, gun, gun, gun. There's this sound of in the first movie of Godzilla, which I watched this past week. The first one from like 1956, black and white Japanese film. It sounds like, this is Halloween, dun, 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 dun. But that's from that newer movie. What the hell is the newer movie called? The animated movie, the stop motion thing. This is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. I don't know what the hell the name of that movie is. A Nightmare Before Christmas, I believe is what it's called. I'm your host, Paul Vincent Serini. What do we have here as far as like... All right, we're going to wrap this up right now. I always end by saying to the fine, kind people, the nice people, I'm so grateful for all of you. When I say this, I really mean it. Peace be with you all.